Messages, fan funding. Okay, so lost my drink. For those of you who come in first, can you see me and can you hear me? I'm trying a different setup on a phone and a microphone, and I'm not sure what's working. So, in any case, so the election's over. Um, as of right now, it appears that the pendulum has swung to the right. Uh, Trump and Vance apparently won all the. Hey, okay, thank you, C4. Won all of the swing states. I don't think there was one they missed. They almost flipped Minnesota at the last minute. There was more votes in the city that kind of came up. Hey, what's going on, Rage? Hey, Celtic Grandma, how are you? So, all in all, I think it's a done deal. There weren't as many issues. There were some problems. Hey, Mrs. Metal. In Pennsylvania, they had some machines go down. They had bomb threats in Georgia. There was some stupidity, but because not everyone's shut down, people were out. Like both sides were watching all the polls. Both sides were watching each other, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Hey, coffee. Um, so it's a good thing that for the most part everyone's moving on. I'll have, if you saw my video last night, I was at an event, so I couldn't jump on my premiere, but I was kind of disappointed that uh, Mrs. Harris did not say anything to her people that night. Um, Traditionally, the losing candidate, or if they're not sure, will come out and say, hey, look, it's a long night. They're still counting votes. Everyone go home, get some rest, get an Uber, don't drive drunk. And we're going to, we're going to continue to do what we do. And she pulled a Hillary. Yeah, that's exactly where I was going. She pulled a Hillary, which to me is not cool at all. Gore came out. I think even Tim Walz, supposedly, he was like at a bar somewhere in Minnesota because he's kind of a goofy guy, but he seems to have a sense of humor at least. And he was giving people hugs and saying, oh, they're still counting. He's trying to be upbeat. And he probably knew it wasn't a good deal, but he was gracious about it. So we'll see. We'll see. Hey, Texas Redleg, what's going on? Hey, Guru, welcome. Hey, Grit and Grace. I just started, actually. I just started the live stream. But I want to pivot because right now we have, hey, Deuce, we have a unique opportunity where we didn't have a super contentious election, right? In 2020, everyone was shut down. Nobody could double check anything. People couldn't see anything. Some stuff wasn't done the right way. Some people think there was illegal shit happened. Regardless of what you think, everyone can agree there wasn't a lot of transparency. And this time, everyone was watching. Everyone was calling lawyers and judges, and people were reporting on both sides. If something went wrong, I didn't like this. And I think that's a good thing. I think the country needed that. Hey, Canadian. Coffee, for a bit I did, but I was thinking it was going to be a squeaker regardless. I did not expect all the swing states to go his way. I thought it would be like a split deal and like Arizona would be dragging feet. I don't understand why everyone, after was it 2000 election, Gore and Bush, and Florida was the swing state. And they redid the whole election process in that state. Now they're like, they're super fast. And there's a shit ton of people in Florida. Every state should be that fast, but they're not. So, but anyway, I digress. But the holidays are coming up, right? So now, election's over, and barring someone doing something stupid, another shoe is going to drop, like a large one. Coffee, that's always a possibility. To be honest, let's just say hypothetically, it's not the Republicans or the Democrats. There are other countries that would greatly benefit from us taking a shit. Excuse my way of putting it, but the Russians, the Chinese, the Venezuelans would love, Maduro would love to come and disrupt America. I think somebody had commented on one of my videos, and then somebody made the same comment in the Angry Preppers video earlier. Hey, KP, what's going on? Of an agent provocateur, right? The country's really balled up right now. The election kind of went to the right, right? And so there's not a lot of arguing back and forth about, well, this or that. It wasn't like 2000. It certainly wasn't like 2020. Hey, don't do that. Silent. The minute I told them don't do that, they're like, which one of us is in trouble? I can't see them. I could hear them doing something. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Pilgrim. But I think, oh, hold on. Doctor, never call. Oh, dude. I'm sorry to hear that, Joe. That's tough. Yeah, if you're going through treatment, then something flips. That's not bueno. Those Game Guard shirts are awesome. I own two. Yes. So Game Guard is actually based in San Antonio. I did not know this. The Game Guard shirts are actually really great. They come out of the dryer like this, like they're almost like a no iron type shirt, which I like. Um, because hey, Rage, uh, but yeah, they're great shirts, especially when it's hot. And in West Texas, it tends to be hot or dry most of the year. It's only you got like 3 months out of the year where it gets really freaking cold, and you got to have a hoodie on most of the time. But as I was saying earlier, the election's kind of more definitive, I guess is what I want to say. So there's not a lot of arguing there. But absolutely, who's to say like a Venezuelan disguise? I'm just picking on Venezuela. It could be a Russian agent. Who the hell knows? Some anarchist disguised as an Antifa or I don't know, a patriot boy, whatever the hell they're called, or a Nazi or a communist, somebody doing something in order to get a third party blamed, right? We don't know. And that's the wild card. That's where we hope the events on them are killer. Yes, they are. Hey, what up, book club? Hey, Northern Mine. Uh, that's something that's scary. And there's no way to predict it because you can look at the Patriots and the Antifas, all the different groups, and they'll be like, all right, it is what it is, fuck you all. And then some shithead who came over the border from Kachuku says, oh, I'm gonna dress like an Antifa, and I'm gonna go and do something awful and leave evidence so Antifa gets blamed and start a problem, or I'm gonna do something and blame Amaga, right? And I could see that, and it wouldn't be hard to do. And then you have people on the internet perpetuating shit on purpose. So you never know. I mean, that's always a wild card. Durkistan, that's another one. Hey, yes, Hudson's at 7:30, and yeah, Hudson's at 7:30. I actually have a video going on 5:30 my time, so it'd be 6:30 on the East Coast. I think I have a video going on tonight. I can't even remember anymore. It's been a week. And I went to this charity event, and it was a barbecue cook-off, and we were meeting work colleagues. It was a big deal. We raised a bunch of money for every group. Every cook team had a charity, different charities, right? So the animal shelter, veterans groups, food bank, which is cool because the big companies threw the money in to sponsor it, and then people paid to go. There were thousands. It must have been about 5,000 people last night. It was insane. And there were so many people, I couldn't get an Uber home. So I walked 2 miles in the dark to get to my house. Well, it wasn't dark. It was down a street, but still, it was like, oh, I've been on my feet for 10 hours and now I got to walk home. This sucks. I came home. All the dogs were upset with me. They're like, it's 3 hours late for dinner. But all the politics aside, now's a good time to kind of take a minute. The world didn't explode. Let's take a minute and just evaluate your preps. Like I'd said on one of my previous videos, I spent the better part of half a day organizing the shelving in my garage. I found the 10,000-pound shelving you find at Sam's and Costco. I found it on sale for $170 a year ago. They're normally $250, and I got 3 of them. And y'all, that absolutely changed the game for me, for what I could prep, how I could lay it out, and how I could lay eyes on it, right? Because I can go outside and go, I need garbage bags. I need canned chicken. I don't know. I need spaghetti sauce, some shit like that. I can immediately look at what I'm doing. So if you do anything, look into maybe doing vertical storage if you haven't done so already. I think a lot of folks, hey, PBC, a lot of folks, yes, well, Four Horsemen will be next week. We did Livingston Man on election night. I think it's Mike's channel, Hudson. I might be wrong. Ken Spaghetti, ooh, do you eat spam too? I absolutely eat spam. Are you kidding me? Well, I do bougie spam though. I'll slice it, thin slice it, and put it inside a split jalapeno and a little bit of bacon and cream cheese. So I basically make a jalapeno spam popper if I don't burn them. If I burn them, then it just smells bad, like everything's bad. And then you have to open the windows and the cooking ends right there. It's like I'm just drinking beer now for dinner. Uh, yes, no, and yeah, to the point, grit and grace's point. You don't want to. Hey, Pilgrim, you don't want to. You want to be careful how heavy and how high you stack stuff. But anyway, it changed the way I could store stuff because I have these. It's a 6.5 foot shelf. It's 2 feet deep, and each shelf holds roughly 2,000 pounds. So I'm not worried if I put cases of water up there. I'm not worried it's going to fail because it shouldn't, because it's all metal. So you sound very anti-prepper. That's funny. But in any case, hey, Camel Carl, it's go. By the way, Camel Carl, I can't remember what he posted something earlier. It was I think it was on his community post. Now about wrecked my truck. I was in a parking lot and I started laughing and I hit the accelerator by accident. So that's what I get for watching stuff while I'm sitting in the parking lot. God, I can't remember what you posted, Carl. Shoot, it was funny. I commented on it, whatever it was. Anyway, so the election's kind of laid out. Now's the time to move forward for our community. Check your storage. Look at your vertical space, right? Christmas is going to come, family and friends, and you're going to have a mess in the house anyway. Try to get a feel for where you can get more space for the things you need. Hey, Chow Chow, what's going on? Also, people are traveling, and I wanted to share with you while we're on this video, I wanted to share some of the things I take with me. So I know Winning Streak, aka Heidi, had mentioned she now carries a flashlight in her pocket or in her bag because of me. So actually, my EDC at a minimum is these two things, right? This is I can't remember what the hell the brand is. I think this is a Gerber. I can't see because somewhere along the line I became an old dude. No, actually, this is a custom build. It's a Kershaw. Sorry, I couldn't see it. A little Kershaw knife. It's super small, super thin. You cannot bring this on an airplane, but you can put it in your checked luggage with the lock, and then you pick it up on the other side. So I will throw a knife in my checked luggage. This is a nice knife. And again, super thin, easy. This one's a Hattori flashlight. Now, there are two types, depending on what I'm doing. So this one, I forgot, this has a stupid name. It's a Korean brand. Kunhee. Kunhee. It sounds like something you say when you hit your shin on something, like, oh, Kunhee, This one's USB chargeable. This one's a AAA. But both, and then you have the dim, and then you have the seizure light. Seizure light. This one for pocket carry is great. I carry one of these in my bag of carry-on because it's USB chargeable. It's a little bit easier. If it's with my computer stuff, I have other Korean tire company called Kunho. Hey, Winning Streak, what's going on? I was just talking about you, lady. In a good way. I'm trying to, but it sounds so much better in theory than actually doing it. Hold on, I kind of lost track of the chat here. Hey, Teresa. And if I missed anyone in the chat, I'm using my phone and everyone's comments are itty bitty. And as always, I started a live stream and don't have my glasses, so I can't really kind of doing one of those. But in any case, at a minimum, Every day I walk out with these two in my back pocket, right? I can't always go somewhere where I can carry a firearm because a lot of the energy sector stuff is restricted. And also they don't want, like, you don't want someone accidentally discharging a weapon in a refinery, right? Because it hits the wrong thing, and then you'll have a big Roman candle, which you will be part of because someone shot something. So, you got to be careful. But these two in my pocket. But when I'm traveling, I'll get something like this. And I'm not even going to put a link. There's so many on the market. Find one that works for you. This is a power bank. This one's a Belkin, but they're like 5, 10 different brands. I got this one on sale too. I like looking. As much as I like playing on Amazon, I found a lot of good stuff at like Best Buy and what's the other one? Not Best Buy. Big Lots. Big Lots has like random stuff. Home Goods has random stuff. But yeah, it's a power bank. It'll charge my phone, both my phones, and my wife's phone. We've tried it on a hotel trip. Just for giggles, I just said, "Hey, let's run it down. Let's see if it'll charge all 3 phones," and it did before it died. So something like that, you can carry on. Usually it's cool. I don't think they like you putting them in check luggage because it's a lithium battery and they are known to catch fire at times. So I think they like you to carry your lithium stuff with you. So if it starts getting hot or something, you can tell the stewardess, like, it's on fire. Preferably not. That would suck. But something like this is a good thing. This also makes a good gift if you're going to give it to someone else. Uh, when I fly, believe it or not, I take one of these with me. So I had an Eaton radio, one of those big red ones, and the thing's like 12 years old. It got beach sand in it, and it doesn't work well, but it still gets the weather channels. This one is a stupid name. What the hell was it called? It's like Running Snail or something retarded like that. Like it's really silly. It's a dumbass name, but it's USB chargeable and it has the crank, and you have batteries as well. You have double A's in here. But I throw this in my check luggage, and there are a bunch of brands. So I mean, do some homework, find something. Hey, Rip, find something that fits your budget. Now this one was $25, which isn't bad for an emergency radio. The Eatons are more 60, 70, but the Eatons, again, I had that one 15 years. It was the beach radio with teenagers, and it survived all of that. But if you're traveling, take any kind of emergency radio, even if it's just a little AM FM radio that does NOAA. Bring it with you. This one has a stupid light and all that, but I wouldn't use it for a light. Or I guess I could. It does the weather. It has an alarm. I am not going to turn the alarm on because the dogs will flip the hell out, and then that'll end the live stream because they won't stop barking because they get upset. But keep things basic. And when I'm out, like on hikes, I do one of these. And again, there are a bunch of different ones. I don't remember what the hell this is. Add Toop. I don't even know what the hell the brand is. The little power bank with the solar panels. I've left this in my computer bag going through TSA. So everything I showed you except the knife can get through TSA. So I highly recommend and find your own stuff, right? Just because I like whatever Running Snail. What a stupid name. It's actually funny because you think it kind of sticks in your head like Running Snail. Snails don't run, they're slow as shit. Oh, hey, I see what you did. Now it's stuck in my head. So they got a good marketing guy for that. If you're traveling, whether it's by plane or in a vehicle, feels like everything going to go, but I'm thankful. Rip it. On the one hand, I think because we're not arguing about, we're going to argue about one state. Every swing state went one way, and the House went one way, the Senate went the same way, the White House everything went to the side. There's not a lot of grounds for people to legitimately cause a ruckus. It is what it is in general. It doesn't mean you won't have fringy people misbehave. But to your point, but anyway, if you're traveling, bring a light, flashlight, and a pocket knife. If you're going on a plane, do not bring the knife, obviously. Stick it in your check luggage. But I've been able to get all of these items through TSA checkpoints. Every single one except the knife for obvious reasons. Plan your trip now. So if you're going to fly out for Thanksgiving, you're going to fly out for Christmas. Um, set up a bag or like a little tote. You know those stupid little like a doff kit. You know, like the makeup bags or the doff kit for men. It's like a little zip pouch, and put all your travel shit in there. Charge it up and stick it in there and leave it charged. If you don't use it, it usually holds the charge for months, and just leave it there. And then when you're walking out the door, you grab the travel bag and stick it in your luggage, and off you go. So yeah, hold on. Oh, I did the wrong thing here. Yay! Oh, there's the chat. Okay, chat came back. What's wrong, Pep? So the big girl who is bonded to me has decided she's going to sleep here. She ran the puppy off because the puppy annoyed her. The puppy's over there with Bentley, getting into God knows what. And the big old mama, she's sleeping in my office. So the dogs have kind of spread out across the house. Yeah, you could put them in a fanny pack too. I mean, shoot, as Cameron Carl said. But plan your trips and have a contingency. And like I said before, why do I carry something like this? I got the Hattoris. They were two for $12 when I bought them, but this was pre-COVID. Um, and they're pretty bright. I mean, I can go out in the yard and pop it open, and I can see. When I walked home last night because I couldn't get a damn Uber, I actually, whenever I got to an intersection, I popped the light on and I was doing this up and down the street so that the drivers would see the light. Because in the dark, people pick up movement and light more. They pick up light more than movement. In the day, it's the other way around. And so, I'm doing that. And in theory, the driver will see a flash of light off on their periphery and they're going to pay attention to me. So I don't get hit by an idiot who ran a red light or a stop sign. But having stuff like this, you're in a hotel, which has happened to me, or you're in an airport, which has happened to me and a few of my friends, and the lights go out for whatever reason. Terrorist attack, a transformer blew out, an idiot, a drunk hit the power line, and you wind up in the dark. One place to fly to heaven, hope not for a lot. No, little alone, but still, even if you're at the store, imagine being, say, you go to Walmart or United or Kroger, and you're there shopping and the power goes out. It could be something as simple as a delivery truck, his brakes failed and he hit the power line and now it's dark. And you're now in a dark store with a bunch of strangers and you can go bloop and start walking around and actually not trip on people. Very often when there's an emergency, thank you, Teresa. Very often when there's an emergency, a lot of the injuries come from people moving about in strange places in the dark or in a panic, and then they fall and get hurt. So, would have even been better if they could have flipped Oregon, Minnesota, and Hawaii. So they almost flipped Minnesota. If you go to the Associated Press and you click on the state, right, because it shows the electoral map. Click on the state, then click on not by percentage, but by raw numbers. Trump lost Minnesota by only 40, 50,000 votes. I mean, it was a substantial number. It wasn't like 500. It was a big number, mainly out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, in the urban area. But he split that region. So in the past, I think it was Trump lost the cities like 30% to 70 to Biden. In this election, it changed. If he lost the city, it was like 48 to 51. Like they were right on top of each other. And he was losing by small margins. But it's interesting because that means the cities, even though they show blue on the map, actually have shifted. And the Hispanic vote for both men and women was almost 45% for him, which the last time you had a big Latino turnout for a Republican was Bush Jr., because he was from Texas. That shows a big swing as well. So it's interesting when you drill down and just look at the raw numbers and not the percentages, because you look and you're like, oh, 52% to 47, and it sounds like a big deal. But when you drill down and you look at the actual number, they're separated by like 2,000 votes, 3,000 votes. It's not a big number that a county went one way in. And this was almost a county by county election. Because, like he lost the county with Philadelphia, but he won so many other counties that it pushed the whole state over. So it was interesting. Portland and Eugene are two blue and have most people. Right, little alone. And that's what I'm saying. So for me, it's usually airports. Um, I'm in a hotel. And keep in mind, so think about this. You're in a hotel. It's a country hotel, is 3 or 4 stories, right? It's not very high. You go to a hotel in Houston or in Dallas or Oklahoma City or New York, and we're talking 30, 40, 50-story high hotels, and the lights go out. And now, or there's a fire alarm and the lights are screwed up for some reason, because they could have an electrical fire, right? Totally normal. And you're trying to get out of this hotel with 40 floors of people in their pajamas, and nobody has a proper flashlight, and they're all trying to use their phones. You can use your phone as a flashlight. I don't want to do it. I'd rather use the flashlight for a flashlight and keep the phone for communication and for information. You know what I mean? I think of it like two is one, right? So I have both of these can be, uh, both of these can be a light source, but this one's primary purpose is communication. This one, its whole existence is to provide light. So I'm going to use this guy first and this guy only when I've depleted this one. And that's why sometimes like the USB chargeable is good, because when I'm in a hotel, I'm at home, I'm coming in and out every day to work, and my AAA runs out. I'll go to the closet, get another AAA. If my battery runs out on this and I'm in a hotel, I don't know where all the stores are in a strange city. Or I don't want to go to, a janky side of town to a Walmart. I can just plug it in the hotel. I don't have to leave the hotel to recharge it. You kind of see my rationale there. So, and I could even plug this into this and charge my light again. So I try to kind of think like that. And what I do is a lot of modular prepping when I'm traveling and a lot of interchangeability. What I want to do is be able to I want to give myself options, flashlight drains, hello phone battery. Right, exactly, C4. And that's the other thing. 4 floors of stairs going up was tough, not difficult coming down. No, Sister Marie's no, but think if you were like, okay, think you're in a hotel, right? And it's 20 stories high and they put you on 18 for whatever reason, right? And you're up there, power goes out or the fire alarm goes on and the lights are screwed up and you're like, okay, I can barely see, or the emergency lights suck. And I have all these people trying to get out at the same time. And a lot of them don't have lights, so they're using their phones. If there's a serious emergency, I'm taking my shit with me. So my computer bag is also my hotel bug out bag, and its whole purpose is to get me to my car, if that makes sense. And I actually pack thinking like that because I'm on the road so much. I also know where the 24-hour stores are. So if I actually had to drive, say, from Houston to Dallas in an emergency, I know where I could go before everyone else realizes what's happening. I know where the 24-hour Walmart is. I'm going to stock up on whatever the hell I need and get the hell out of Dodge. So high-rise buildings are out for me. No thing. No, Watchmen, same for me. I don't want anything to do with high rises. But if you're in a hotel, it's like, oh, I'll take the elevator until the elevator doesn't work. Right? Now, the building engineer can release the elevator pneumatics and bring it down slowly to the first floor. That's great. But if your stuff's upstairs and you're in pajamas in the elevator, now you're downstairs, but all your clothes are upstairs, your wallet's upstairs. You know what I mean? I always think like this because I've actually had it happen. I wasn't caught in the elevator, but I've had power go out because of a storm actually in Dallas. And I was on the 5th or 6th floor of a hotel. And, I had a flashlight. So I went down to the main desk. I just bebopped down the stairs calmly. And I was like, hey, you know what's going on? And they said, yeah, it was lightning hit the power, whatever, and it took it out. Oh, okay. So you figure a few hours. He said, yeah, a few hours. But while I was down there, I'm like, while I'm here, can you charge? Here, my room is whatever number. I'd like 4 bottles of water. I'd like 2 of those granola bars. And he gave me a little tote, and I took my shit up to my room. And I said, now I have a little extra water because I got that info I needed. But I didn't have to use my phone to go up and down and waste my battery. I could use the light to do it. So anyway, folks, just think about these little things when you travel for the holidays. Check your routes, check your weather, check all that good stuff. We're actually under a hailstorm warning. Again, I just fixed the freaking roof. Hopefully it'll go somewhere else. Not that I wish someone else to have a hailstorm, but the last time the hailstorm hit my house, I had dents that big in my roof. They were 2.5-inch hail balls were hitting the roof. The dogs about had a heart attack. Hey, B&J, it's good to see you. And just take the time to plan out a little. You'd be shocked, giving yourself a couple of options. And even if you're staying with family, have one of these. If you hear something's going on, you could just turn it on. Let me see if I can turn this on without causing a heart attack to the dogs. And it says no. It says be gone. Oh, I left it on. My radio's dead. See, this is why you do equip. Well, it can't be dead because the light came on. I did something wrong here. Come on now. You may have watched me just break something. Therefore, I will not recommend this product to those of you who, oh, look what I did. I killed the radio. Hold on. Oh, that's a freaky sound. There we go. It is not tuned into. Oh, helps if I do this, huh? But anyway, I may have just left my own radio on and killed it. That's pretty cool. I haven't done that in a while. Still, never hurts to check your gear too. Guess I'm going to be digging up some double A's here in a minute. But folks, look, plan your trips. Bring a physical map. Bring some little EDCs. The baby EDCs make a huge difference. Power goes out. You have to go to the store. You get caught in a freaking Walmart and the power goes out. Walmarts are sus after like 9, 10 o'clock at night in general. I don't want to be there 2 a.m. I just got off an airplane. I'm picking up some water and granola and the lights go out. And I'm like, well, shit, now I'm in the dark. So, think along those lines, plan your trips out. I got to go charge my radio now. That was embarrassing. Anyway, folks, look, you be good, be safe out there, be careful. Escape lab monkeys in California. I thought it was in, I thought the escaped monkeys were in, not Louisiana. There is a biolab in Louisiana. I actually know exactly where it is. I thought it was in North Carolina or South Carolina, one of the Carolinas. Is it California? Since the hurricane, no rain. What are you doing? What are you digging for? Hi. So this is the puppy. Not so small. Come here. Come here, big girl. This, oh God. This is the big whisperer. Oh. Tell me they don't look alike. I have scolded the wrong dog twice this week. Holy cow, you're heavy, girl. Ooh, that's a 30-pound deadlift there. You know, it's funny. I came in last night late and they missed dinner and they hit me so hard in the hips. You'd think those little legs can't jump. They hit me in the hips, almost put me into the door. Yeah, I know. I heard about the escaped monkeys, and I know there's one in South Louisiana because my old operations base was literally across the road from it. And the Cajun guys who are on my crew were like, and I love the Cajun people because they got no filters. Like, if I see no damn monkey here, I'm gonna hit it with a hammer. I'm like, man, you're gonna hit a monkey with a hammer and you'll contaminate it. I'm not contaminated, nothing. I hit it with a sledge. I'm like, oh God, I could see the cops coming. What happened here? Yeah, he thought it was one of the lab monkeys. He hit it with a sledgehammer. Now it's like all over the shop. Oh, yeah. That's these are also the same guys who were like, oh, look, there's a little gator under the pickup truck. I'll get him out. They just put on some work gloves, grab the gator by his tail, and flap. crossed the tarmac and the gator ran off. And I'm like, okay, dude, see. So true story. If the apocalypse happens, the Cajun people, the South Louisiana people, south of I-10, are going to do just fine. They're going to go to the bayou and do what they've done for like 500 years, and they're going to be good. The rest of us will probably be screwed. But in any case, folks, look, be careful out there. Plan your trips. It doesn't look like there's a lot of political violence planned. There is a lot of smack talk on TikTok, Instagram, and on X. But for all we know, it could be a freaking, a kid in Russia with a laptop, right? So, yeah, we don't know. But plan accordingly. Be safe. Be calm. Don't freak out. No need. And have your everyday stuff. The little pocket knives, the little flashlights, the power banks. They will make such a difference if you're on a road trip and the power goes out, your phone draw. Even if you just forgot to charge your phone, you didn't plug it in. How many of you didn't plug in a phone right at night and you get up and it's dead and you're like, oh shit, right? You got the power bank, plug it in, get up, go about your day. So anyway, folks, look, you guys be good, be safe, be careful. And yeah, watchmen, reflect on your faith, reflect on your lives, reflect on your prepping. Take some time to just think. Put yourself in like a quiet place for a minute and not quiet place with the aliens and shit. That's not a good quiet place. A quiet place mentally and spiritually, and then meditate and plan. Take a little bit of time to do the right things in advance, plan out in advance. It makes the hard times a lot easier. Look, you guys be good, be safe. Thank you so much for joining me again. I know this live streams are all over the map this last 3 or 4 months. And I will try to send you live streams from my clay shoot. It's a veterans charity. And I'm going to try and outshoot my Marine buddy, who will probably smoke the crap out of me because he almost beat me with a pump tactical 12 gauge. And I was shooting an over-under at clays. And I only beat him by 7 points. Yeah, he had a pump and he was smoking the little Frisbees. And I'm like, oh, I may lose tomorrow. Anyway, you guys be good, be safe, be careful out there. And say a prayer for our country and for each other. Okay. I will talk to you guys later this week. I have a video going tonight. I think Vision goes on unless he's working. And no, Hudson already went on. Wait, what day is today? Today's Thursday. So it should be me, Vision, Angry Prepper. And Prepper now is coming on late lately. So he's like 9, 10 o'clock my time. So I don't know when exactly his time is. But go listen to everybody. Hear what everyone's hearing. We're all hearing different stuff. You guys be good. Be safe out there. Take care.